Hello and welcome to Friday, June 5th, 2020. Boy, everything but the kitchen sink this weekend across not only the Rocky Mountain West, but really the whole nation. There's a lot happening. It's still early June, folks. We still have some pockets of cold air left up in the higher northern latitudes and out in the northern Pacific, so you can still see some pretty interesting weather in June. And boy, are we going to see that this weekend. It's going to be warm and breezy today for most areas today, basically just like it's been all week. Few thunderstorms in the late afternoon hours, very warm, above average temperatures will continue for another day. Now, much needed rain is coming to the western side of the divide, far western Colorado, far western Wyoming, Utah, Idaho, all going to get wet this weekend into early next week. For a change, that is the wettest areas west of the divide. Haven't seen that for a while. Much colder temperatures will arrive this weekend and early next week, especially Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures Monday and Tuesday will be 20 to 30 degrees below normal in many areas. Now, we're also going to have severe weather this weekend. Saturday in particular, we'll talk about and show you where we think the severe weather will be, but you need to watch out in some parts of this region for severe thunderstorms this weekend, especially Saturday. Be ready for the wind. The wind, we showed you the wind yesterday. The wind is going to be a problem this weekend, and not only in Wyoming. Wyoming, known for its wind, yes, we know that, but it's going to be windy everywhere. Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, Utah, everyone's going to get into the wind act. Now, it's going to snow in the mountains this weekend and into Monday. Many of the mountains of Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, Idaho, Montana, yeah. It's going to snow later this weekend and into Monday in the high country. So if you're headed up into the high country, well, it's going to be chilly and damp and maybe snowy on those mountain passes in some areas. Let's look at where we are right now. This is a forecast for this afternoon. We've got this upper level low moving into Southern California, the bigger one up behind it off the coast of British Columbia. Notice we got a high pressure ridge in the Gulf of Alaska. Now, we haven't seen that in a while, and you know, for those of you who have been watching these podcasts for a while, you get a ridge up here. If there's a ridge in the Gulf of Alaska, we go to the fridge. We get colder, and that's what we're going to see developing as we get on into the weekend, because this low is going to kick north-northeast right across this area here, while this low swings in behind it, coming in later Sunday and into Monday. The precipitation that we're expecting through Monday looks like this. We still see this enhanced area on the western side of the Continental Divide into the higher terrain of Utah, western Colorado, and western Wyoming. You can see some significant moisture back up here across northern and central Idaho. These little strips that go to the northeast, you see these little bands that go like this? This is the computer model seeing thunderstorms developing mainly Saturday afternoon, but also again in the Sunday. This is where you're likely going to see the strong to severe thunderstorms developing. And this is where we need to watch. This is forecasted for Saturday. This is the severe weather threat. Anywhere you see this yellow here, certainly expect the threat of severe weather. We need to watch out for heavy rain, really strong winds, and hail. Those will be the things we need to watch out for. The enhanced area, the most likely area of severe weather, western South Dakota, northwestern areas of Nebraska, extreme northeastern Wyoming. But we also have that risk of some stronger thunderstorms back here in the green areas as well. This is a pattern, folks, where there is going to be some bad hail. Someone's going to get some bad hail in that area here before the weekend is over. Let's look at temperatures behind this system. Look at all the blue and some patches of purple there. These are our forecasted high temperatures for Monday. Look at the contrast. You go across northeastern Colorado, and you're east of this line, you're still going to have a really warm day Monday. But boy, the western slope, the Great Basin, temperatures have really trended a lot colder over the last couple of days with the forecast. So we'll erase a lot of the above normal temperatures we've had this week with this cold wave coming in early next week. And here's the snow forecast. You can see that the high country gets snow, but you see these little patches of gray reaching to low elevations. Basically, that's snow maybe mixing in with the rain across the low elevations. You want to focus in on the blue and the purple and the pink. Those are where we're likely going to see the snow accumulate in the mountains. The Uintas, some of the Wasatch, the Wind Rivers, the Yellowstone Plateau, the Tetons, the High Bighorns, but even Rocky Mountain National Park, even the Snowies of southern Wyoming could see some flakes of snow this weekend and into the day on Monday. Here is the wind. These are the forecasted wind gusts for Saturday afternoon. And look at all the yellow here and the orange. You get into yellow and the orange, your winds are gusting 40 to 50 miles an hour or more. So this is a large area of very windy conditions. So everybody's going to get into the act, just not Wyoming. And it really doesn't get better on Sunday. It's a little better, but notice the strip of very strong winds that develop across Nebraska, Kansas, and eastern Colorado. Still very windy in Colorado's western slope, then stretching up into parts of Wyoming as well. So this is not what I'd call a good weekend for camping. We'll probably have some better weather on Sunday, but certainly Saturday going to be a problem. By Thursday, though, high pressure returns. And we're back to southerly flow coming out of the desert states and warming us back up again. Although we've got another low coming in behind it we'll have to deal with later. But it looks like this weekend through Wednesday is going to be the coldest, most unsettled. After that, it warms up again. Taking a look at the tropical activity, this is Tropical Depression Cristobal, will probably be a tropical storm later today, and you can see it takes almost a due north pass. We're expecting it to stay a tropical storm, but it's likely going to produce a lot of weather in this area here this weekend and into early next week. So we got a tropical storm in the Gulf. We've got snow in Yellowstone Park. We've got a lot of weather. If you're a weather watcher, there's a lot of watching going on this weekend to take advantage of. Have yourself a good weekend despite this really lousy forecast I'm giving you. Talk to you on Monday.